So are you ready to realize what you actually are versus what you've been thinking and feeling you are? One of the most amazing things that I get to create with the people that I work with, whether it's my clients one-to-one or in the group settings and group work, is the realization of pure being. Let me create this distinction for you because most of us don't have it distinguished. Most of us think that we are our thoughts, our emotions, our feelings, our activities, what happens to us, and the body-mind system filled with all of its programs, its conditions, its constraints and limitations, its lack, its suffering. We tend to identify with that content, and we miss and we fail to see what we actually are, that we're the one witnessing all of that. What does that mean? What is this one? This one that we are, this being, is transcendent the body-mind. It is beyond it. It includes it inside of its observational potential as awareness, as the witness, but it's also causative. And most of us live that our mind, emotions, and our feelings and our body are controlling a huge and vast amount of our activity, our thought processes, and how we feel and what emotions are present. One of the fastest ways I've discovered to see people set free from this is to give them a direct experience of what they actually are fundamentally. Because talking about it can help you get aware of some of this possibility conceptually, but the experience of being will set you free forever. Once you start realizing yourself as being versus the body-mind's factors and functions and conditions, you now have the opportunity to integrate unconscious programs and conditions within the body-mind that run on automatic, right? And you can actually start to dissolve those, and the body-mind becomes free, or it becomes clear. It can be very noisy. It's not a clear channel for us to interface with the world, right? Because we interpret the world through our thoughts, right? We interpret through our emotions. We interpret through the sensations even of our body. If I'm angry, I'm going to interpret a lot of things a certain way, right? You could be in the kitchen and you're cooking dinner and you're all stressed out, and husband or wife comes in, it's like, hey honey, how you doing? And you're like, leave me alone, right? Like, their intention is pure. They're communicating with love and wanting to connect, but your interpretation is now, I'm even more annoyed. Anything that comes into my space when I feel this way, it's like, ugh, right? So when we're already in a low state, we interpret the world through that low state. Now, most of us don't realize that we're in a chronic low state. We're in a low state that we believe is normal. I'm talking about sane people. I'm not talking about like crazy people. I'm talking about like even normal people that I wouldn't even consider to be actually fully sane, not by technical definitions. And I don't mean that disrespectfully. I'm just saying most of us go rather insane all the time. To be insane means that we're at the effect of whatever's going on in the body, mind, or the world around us to a high degree, right? A person who's sane is in command of their reality and their life. But the body mind is so full of content that is dynamic. It's not just sitting there like a still picture. It's fluctuating. There's movement that seems to be, right? Well, the good news is we can actually experience and isolate what we actually are from that content. And then we can start to work with that content to restore wholeness to the body mind. So that's what Invincible coaching is. And a lot of us in life are struggling, right? We're striving for more, and we're efforting our way to success or to accomplish our goal, or maybe we're just moping around and we're depressed and we're sad and we're whatever. Either way, it's possible to get beyond whatever conditions are present, and we can start to experience greater ease and freedom and flow in our life. And so what's interesting is people come to me because they want a particular result, and what I give them is so much more than just a result, right? What I give them is themselves. What I give them is back to what and who they truly are. And by giving people back to themselves, it makes anything possible. So people come to me for 1, 2, or 3 things, personal, relational stuff, and performance, manifestation problems, reaching goals and dreams are a struggle for some reason. And the fundamental reason always is that there's a perceptive barrier. Perception precedes performance. How I see, sense, feel, interpret a situation or an event or a possibility in my mind, my interpretation of that, which is through my perception of it, and the interpretation that's connected to that perception can also mean interpretation included, that causes us to perform a certain way. And most of us are really victims of that almost all day long. And we don't see above that. We don't even see the mechanism that's at play causing that, right? And so because we don't see it, it just runs our life. So what I do is very deep inner working with people. I take them within and I allow them to see. I guide them to become aware of the body-mind functions, right? There's many different things going on, there's many different factors, but I guide them to become aware of those body-mind functions, and I give them the opportunity to see that it's like a condition, it's like a program, a pattern. And I get them to also realize what they really are beyond and above all of that. And that experience empowers them dramatically. And the goal is to keep empowering you over and over and over, session after session, until you realize that what you are is infinitely vast, and what you're not is the limited conditions that show up within the thoughts, emotions, feelings, sensations, and activities and events of life. Circumstances don't define you. They seem to, because the body-mind has accepted or agreed to be defined in a particular way. When X out there happens, Y happens over here, right? It's like a little formula. When someone says this thing a certain way, then I'm gonna feel this way. And most of us think that that's the way it is, but that's not all that's possible. That's just the way it is happening. It's just the way it's occurring. But what if you could transform that? Transformation, which is a big part of the coaching work that I do, is about getting off the forms, right? It's going beyond the form. Transform, go beyond the form. The forms are our interpretations, our feelings, our experiences that are repetitive. We can get beyond all of that. It can be gentle and powerful at the same time. Lots of fun, and the trauma-informed coaching that I bring to the table is unique because I bring this ontological point of view. Ontology is the study of being. So what is a being? That's not something I really want to explain to you, because what's better than explaining it is demonstrating it and giving you the opportunity to experience it as yourself, because you are the being that I'm talking about. And being is causative, not the effect, but causative over one's mind, emotions, body, and environment, ideally. Now, if the body-mind is so conditioned to be an effect of life, or just to limit its own potential beingness, right? And that's our identity, then we fail to know our full potential in that moment, unconsciously usually, right? So what if you could get so aware that you're not those limiting conditions, and then you can start to transform those limiting conditions? That's what Invincible coaching is. And it's powerful, it's gentle, it's fast acting, like first session, first few minutes, whatever it is you're dealing with, whatever's got you heavy, weighed down, we can blow that in seconds, literally seconds, and position you back into alignment as the being you truly are. All right, so if that's something that interests you, then a couple things that you have available. One, you can reach out to me and we can have a conversation about giving you this experience over anything in your life. The other thing is we've got Invincible Being groups coming. All right, and those Invincible Being groups are going to happen multiple times a month, and you'll have the opportunity to pop in and experience what it's like and go beyond limitations. So thank you for allowing me to share this with you. Drop a comment if you're interested so I can know who you are. If you want to talk to me personally, send me a DM and we'll have a little chat. Bless you in every way. Remember, you are being invincible. We'll see you soon.